According to some researchers, Mu was a vast continent in the Pacific Ocean home to a highly advanced civilization that vanished thousands of years ago, taking its secrets with it beneath the waves. But the man who truly popularized Mu was James Churchward, an English writer and former British colonial officer. In the early 1900s, Churchward claimed that while stationed in India, he was taught to read a secret ancient language by a Hindu priest. According to him, hidden clay tablets in a monastery described a vast Pacific continent called Mu, which existed over 50,000 years ago. Churchward went on to publish several books, describing Mu as the motherland of man, the cradle of all advanced civilizations on Earth. He argued that the Egyptians, Mayans, Polynesians, and many others were all descendants of this lost super-civilization. So what exactly did Churchward claim about Mu? According to his books, Mu was a massive continent in the Pacific, stretching from what's now Micronesia and Polynesia all the way towards the coast of the Americas. It was home to 64 million people and an advanced civilization that existed tens of thousands of years before Egypt or Mesopotamia. Its people supposedly had high technology, advanced spiritual knowledge, and a unified, peaceful empire. He said they worshipped a sun symbol, had a universal language, and built large stone structures that left echoes in later cultures. Churchward even argued that symbols and architecture in places like Easter Island, Central America, and Egypt all trace back to Mu. But does any of this really prove an entire continent sank into the Pacific? To answer that, we need to look at geology, oceanography, and plate tectonics. Today, scientists have detailed maps of the entire ocean floor. We know the structure of the Pacific Basin: deep trenches, mid-ocean ridges, large tectonic plates, and subduction zones. There is no evidence of a sunken continent the size Churchward described. Continents are made of thick, buoyant continental crust. They don't just quietly sink and vanish in geologic time without leaving obvious traces. Yes, there are concepts like Zealandia, a mostly submerged continent near New Zealand, but that sank over tens of millions of years, not suddenly in human timescales, and its existence is supported by robust geological data. For Mu, there is no such evidence in the Pacific. Modern Mayan scholars also point out that Brasseur de Bourbourg's translation of the Troano Codex was wrong. The word he claimed meant Mu doesn't actually translate that way in accepted Mayan linguistics. As for Churchward's tablets in India, no one else has ever seen them. and a civilization that supposedly lived in harmony with nature and spirit. So, is Mu completely fake? But does that mean everything behind the legend is meaningless? Not necessarily. There really are global flood myths, possibly echoing real post-ice age sea level rise and regional catastrophes. And there really is a lot we still don't know about early human seafaring, migration, and cultural contact. In that sense, Mu can be seen as a kind of fictional container for real mysteries, our incomplete understanding of early civilizations, lost coastal sites now underwater, and the human longing for a unified origin story. So, the lost continent of Mu, fact or fiction? As a literal sunken continent, the evidence says fiction. As a modern myth that reflects our curiosity, our spiritual questions, and the very real mysteries of ancient history, it still has power. The real story might not be about a continent that vanished, but about the civilizations we only just beginning to rediscover and the stories we tell to fill in the gaps. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Mu, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, do you think there was any real ancient civilization behind the Mu legend, or is it 100% invented? And if you want to follow up, we can compare Mu versus Atlantis versus Lemuria and see how all these lost continent myths connect. Thanks for watching.